So I'm going to do a brief little review on these things. Now Pomona, i.e. Fluke, who own Pomona, were very generous and they sent me these items at no cost. Actually, they sent me 2 of these. I've been using one of them. I've been using the screwdriver set as well. And this came about because I contacted them in regards to a Pomona cable which I purchased on eBay. Turned out it probably isn't real. Anyway, they sent me some new cables as well, so that's quite nice of them. I did mention that in the mailbag when they arrived, so very much Fluke/Pomona. So they also sent me these, and I've been using this screwdriver here a fair bit. I've been doing some Apple iPhone repairs, stuff like that, and this happens to be a good fit for the screws inside the actual phone. I find them quite nice. They are a good feel, a nice rubberized grip. I believe these are one of their new products. They actually sent me a link to a new product page and said, if there's anything on this page you want to look at, let us know. And I chose these, and I chose these cables. Right, so this is the screwdriver set here, ESD set 6. So it's supposed to be ESD safe, as you can see on the markings on the screwdrivers as well. And obviously a very nice little case to store them in. This is obviously a 6-piece screwdriver set, so we've got screwdrivers at 1.5, 0.23. That's obviously the width and the thickness of the tip. And then we've got 3 and 0.5, 2 and 0.4, then you've got 2.5 and 0.4, pH 0 and a pH 00. I mean, I actually prefer this kind of fixed shaft kind of screwdriver set. I mean, I've got this other set which iFixit generously gave me some time ago. I did a review on these at the time, and this is a really nice set as well. But what I don't like about these kinds of sets is that you've got the interchangeable bits, and that's all nice enough and convenient. But sometimes you've got these shafts, you've got to try and get down a hole, and you can't get the shaft down the hole because you've got the attachment section, which is in the way. It can be a limitation sometimes, and you've got to get down to the screw and you just can't reach it. These kinds of screwdrivers will mean you can get right down there. You've got a nice long shaft on here, and you can get down to quite a lot of stuff. It's been very handy to have in the past, decent length screwdrivers, because sometimes it's not easy to reach. Everything has their place. That's why you need a selection of tools. So iFixit sent me these ones, and I've used these for various things, like for example this little bit here, hexagonal nut driver, which fits perfectly on the iPhone 6s. There's a hexagonal screw inside there that holds the logic board in, and this fits it perfectly. So these kinds of things are really handy to have. You always need a selection. Each thing has a certain role you can use for. These ones are very handy for getting into longer shafts. They're also quite lightweight. These are a bit heavier because they're metal screwdrivers. Quite robust. They're quite nice. But sometimes this is the sort of tool you need. Sometimes you need a different tool for the job, and these will be better suited. And a lot of stuff I do, having quite a light screwdriver is quite nice with easy viewing. Because it's quite a long shaft, you can be quite a long way. It doesn't block your light. Also, a lot of light coming down from different angles here on my bench. And having the longer shaft means I'm not getting so much light getting blocked at the screw head when I'm trying to see what I'm doing. So that was also really handy too. Improved visibility. And they've got quite a nice feel to them. You can use them. You've got the end on them, so you can lean on them a little bit as you twiddle them around. Now what I've been finding, though, they're very nice screwdrivers and they work very well. They grip really well. The tip seems quite nice. It's nice, secure fit in the screws and that sort of stuff. What I've been trying out has all been really good. Quality-wise, they seem good, as you would expect, I suppose. Now, the only thing I have got a bit of a negative comment about, maybe if they watch this, Pomona, Fluke, if you see this video, my little gripe really is the silk screen printing on here. Right, so as you can see, I've been using this one a fair bit, and it's actually worn away. It's wearing off. It's a bit of a shame. Maybe it needs like a coating over the top of it or something, screen print it, and then put a clear coat over the top to protect it or something like that. I just need something to help protect the print, because the print's rubbing off, and that's a bit of a shame. It's quite a common problem with screwdrivers and tools, in general, when they're printed on, is it will wear away. It would be nice if they could find some way of actually preserving this so it doesn't get worn off. That's pretty much my only feedback about these, in a constructive feedback kind of way, is that they're nice, but the print's rubbing off. I mean, is that really a big deal? Not really. I mean, to be honest, I don't tend to look at the print that much myself anyway. I tend to look at the tip and choose it based on the tip, honestly. So that tends to be how I use them, but other people might find that they want to use them the other way. And the other thing is really, because the way they present them in the box, you have so much upside down and so much the right way up. To me, that's a bit of an annoyance, I suppose. I mean, if they knew that they're laying them out in this way inside the box, maybe they could print the other one up the other way, or they have two lots of print, both the same way up. So if you flip the screwdriver over, it's the other way up. It's only on one side of the screwdriver. I might forget this one. There's nothing on the back of it. Right? It's only on one side. But if they printed both sides, in the same orientation, then it just look nicer in the box. It's just little gripes, I don't know, it's nothing really, is it? As far as the cables go, I've been using these. I'm not going to get this one in the packet because I've already got some out. I've been using my EV block meter here, and these are quite nice long leads. I'm not sure what they are. I think they're 1.5 metres, were they, or something like that? Maybe 1.2. They're quite long leads. I should actually measure it. And they've got these grips which you can adjust. It's got retractable sleeves. You can do that to protect the shaft, keep the shaft covered up. Now what this actually does effectively is it changes the cat rating. So when the shaft is covered, it's a cat 3 at 1000 volts or cat 4 at 600 volts, and uncovered it's cat 2 at 1000 volts. So you can see what the ratings are. These are 7519A is the model number, as you can see from the box here too. Got really nice silicon leads on them, really nice quality. I mean, these are obviously marked Pomona, but I guess that Fluke is, you know, probably making exactly the same ones too for themselves. They've got nice tips on them. They react quite well to the sound on, like on this meter here. They're pretty quick. Like, some of this is the meter itself, obviously, but that is, you know, it means it's getting a good connection. You know, it's a nice responsive thing. So I've been using these a fair bit. Actually, let's look at the lead resistance. So just tip to tip, 0.01 ohms, or well, there you go, 0 ohms. I'm getting there now. Now the other leads I'd normally use, I get sort of 0.4 to 0.5 ohms. And these actually go down to 0, so that's really good. Also, you've got nice strain reliefs on these as well. Actually, rubberized strain reliefs. Standardized shielded banana plugs, 4mm as you expect. You know, you've got the sheaths over the top to make sure they meet the cat ratings. You know, if you got this end clipped onto something, for example, you had an adapter and it's clipped on, you don't want this end to potentially be low voltage. That's why shielding is quite common these days. Not everything has it, but a lot of things do. Sometimes the shielding can be a real pain if you're trying to plug in a certain bits of gear which don't have the shielding capability on them. Like Fluke A842A, for example, that can't handle the shielding. My Siglent can, so it's the sort of thing you have to watch out for. Some meters just can't handle the shielded cables, which can be pain. Sometimes you have to adapt them. And you've got rubberized grip up here as well, so rubberized. Good finger guard. You know, you can push quite hard on it. It's pretty good. I'm very happy with these leads. In fact, I've got 2 sets. It means I've got 1 set for now. I've got 1 set I'll put away for the time being, and then when these ones do eventually wear out, which will take a while, I imagine, I've got another brand new set here to use. Or to potentially use ones on another piece of gear or something like that. So these are rated 10 amps as well, and there's details on the back. There you go, double view, front and back. So thank you very much, Pomona, or Fluke, whichever one you want to be called. I don't know, I suppose it's Pomona, really, isn't it? For sending these to me. So there's links down below as well. Make sure you go and check these out, to go to their webpage and check out their offerings. They've got quite a broad range, as you would expect. Go and check them out. These are really nice cables. Feel beautiful. I don't tend to tangle up much because they're silicone. I don't tend to get that kind of rigidity which causes them to tangle. Tangling leads is always a real pain, especially with PVC leads. It's always nice having a decent set of probes to do testing with. I've even been using these on, I was doing some, this iPhone here, working on his iPhones. It's not actually this particular one I was working on, but there's another one. And I was probing the surface mount resistors and stuff on it, capacitors and what have you. And these probes could get on there okay. They're actually doing a job. They could actually dig in quite nicely because they've got nice sharp points. And they could actually do quite a good testing on even these tiny little, I don't know, might be 0201 capacitors. I think they are, you know, small parts. And you can actually use these leads on them. So that's good. Thanks a lot, Fluke. Pomona. Go check out the links down below. And thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. If you've got any questions or anything you want to specifically know about these things, ask it below in the comments and I'll try and answer them, or maybe even do a follow-up video if there's anything worthwhile to do a video on. I think comments usually is sufficient though. Decent leads, decent screwdrivers. Right, catch you later, and check out the links down below. Bye.